Hello everyone, Joe here from Fish Lover 931, coming at you with another fish room tour. We do this every Sunday, although this week I'm recording it Saturday and I'm going to be posting it Sunday, so you'll still get it at the same time. So what I'm going to do is a shout out. This week's shout out goes to Laura, and this is her channel. I'll send a link to on the description below, but she has a lot of videos. A couple of the videos I noticed, she had some really nice betta tanks and a couple nice planted tanks with community fish in it. So yeah, check her channel out. I'll leave a link in the description below. And it looks like she has a couple other videos that I haven't watched yet. That one that's been posted 6 hours ago. So I'm going to watch that. And I encourage everybody else to check her channel out and watch her videos. They're very nice. So we'll go ahead and move on to the tour. And just to let everyone know, not a whole lot has changed from last week to this week, except for I have lost a few fish in my 55 gallon. We'll get to that in a minute. But here's the baby Pleco tank. And just to let everyone know, I need to do a water change in all my tanks. I'm going to do that tomorrow. But they're getting a decent size on them now. So maybe just another few weeks or so they'll be big enough to sell. But yeah, it's the 29 gallon. And so yeah, we'll move on to the 55 gallon right here. And this is the tank that I've had some problems with. Of course, as you knew, like if you've been watching my videos, you knew I put 6 angelfish in here. All but one of them has died. Not all at once, but just randomly, like every so often I'd catch one dead. And I just had my female bristlenose Pleco. She died in here. So I'm going to have to get another female, or at least another pair, if I want to continue breeding the bristlenose Plecos in the future. But my original plan with this tank was to get the angelfish to see if they would pair off. Of course, it was going to be my community tank, but I've also mentioned I think I'm pretty much giving up with the angelfish. Just even if I do become successful with that, they are a lot of work. You know, you got to feed their babies brine shrimp and everything, and it just seems like a lot more work than, you know, I've got a lot of other tanks going on. I think my main fish of focus is going to be the guppies. I'll probably get into different strands of them. They're a lot easier to breed. They're probably one of the most common fish to breed, but just the fact that there's so many different varieties of guppies, there's just so much you can still do with it and still make money off of them. And I also want to continue breeding the bristlenose Plecos. Of course, like I said, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to have to get at least another female to replace the female that died. And either that or buy a pair. And it's really hard to just find adult females online or at a pet store. At the pet stores, normally you're going to get a smaller baby-sized bristlenose Pleco, a little bit bigger than the ones I just showed you. But they don't breed, or they don't start, you know, mating until they're about somewhere between 10 weeks to a year old. I mean, 10 months to a year old. So, it's hard to find them adult size anyways, but there are some pairs online and males online, but it's hard to just find just the females. But I will search that. Hopefully I could get either a female or a pair. But I want to just set this tank here up as just a good, nice community tank. I need to get my light put back on it, and no intentions of using this as a breeding tank or anything. If anything, it'd be like a grow out tank for some of my fish, but I really want to get this start looking nice, aquascape it, get a light on it, and hopefully I can get the finances to get this tank going good soon. Because it's my biggest tank, and I want it to look nice. Just be my, basically my show tank, I guess you could say. But yeah, I've been treating it with some ick solution because of a lot of the fish that's died. I don't know if it's from ick or what it's from, but I've been treating it just in case. And hopefully the fish that's still in here will stay alive. And I'll put some more different tetras and schooling fish in the future, and probably get some nice plants, get it looking nice. But yeah, enough rambling on about the 55 gallon. We'll move to my guppy breeding tanks. These two tanks right here. This one's a 20 gallon. Of course, I float the moneywort plant right there and some duckweed, and also got some Java moss down here. This provides hiding spots for the babies so they don't get eaten by the adult fish. But here's, all of them right now. Getting quite a few babies, and so the babies are starting to become, some of the babies are starting to become juveniles. When they get big enough, hopefully I can get a good bundle of them to the pet store soon. But like I said, the one pet store that I was dealing with, they're not too interested in the Endler guppy mixes, which that's what these are. So I'll go to the other pet store. There's two local pet stores in Cookeville, Tennessee. I live in Sparta. But so one of them, I'm gonna be selling these fish to. The other one, I'm going to be selling these guys to. These are my Nebula steel guppies. They are more of an expensive strand of guppies. They got a lot of colors mixed in here with blue, red, and some of them kind of have a pinkish color to them. Yeah, the babies that they have in here, they're starting to get bigger, and so hopefully it won't be long before they're big enough to sell. I can sell to the other pet store that's interested in. He's interested in fancy guppies, which, these are fancy guppies. I was telling him about them, so he's interested in them. So yeah, same concept with the Java moss down here, the moneywort floating. There's not as much duckweed in this one, but there is some duckweed. I also keep snails in both these two tanks. It just helps, keep everything clean, because I feed both these tanks quite a bit because of how many fish are in there. I just grind up the flake food, put it in there. A good pinch size in both these tanks because of how many fish is in there. But a lot of it does go uneaten. And then the snails will come by and they'll eat what's uneaten. So there's not a whole lot of cleaning involved. Still gotta do the water changes, which, like I mentioned, I gotta do water change in all my tanks. Hopefully I can get to that tomorrow. But yeah, move along. I also want to mention, I forgot to mention my last video. I've talked about it before in some previous videos, but against this wall here, I am hopefully sometime soon, within the next month or so, hopefully not any longer than a month, I'm going to have a rack built here. Basically just 2x4s and cinder blocks holding up the 2x4s. It's going to be two shelves. On the bottom shelf here is going to be 220 gallons. And on the top shelf is going to have, the top shelf is going to definitely be wider because of the width of the cinder blocks. So I'm going to have a 40 gallon and a 20 gallon. And so hopefully I'll be getting into more breeding projects whenever I set that up. You know, one of the tanks is probably going to be for the bristlenose plecos, and then the others will probably be for the guppies. I'm planning on getting into more different strands of guppies. And so yeah, we'll move along into the bathroom here. Have another 10-gallon. I originally set this up to try to grow this moneywort plant, and still trying to do that, but also have some of the guppy Endler mixes that I pulled out of the 20-gallon. They didn't have some of the genetic features that I like, that I want to keep breeding, because I want a really good swordtail in that mix, and so I pulled some of these guys out. And sorry about my finger being in front of the camera there. But yeah, hopefully once I get enough of the others to sell, I can sell these guys off too with them. And I also have Mr. Where's he at? I call him Mr. Bent Back. He was born with a bent back. Where'd he go? I just seen him a minute ago. Let's see. He's in there. He's in there somewhere. Oh, there he is, flying up to us, or swimming up to us. So yeah, he don't swim too good. That's why he settles at the bottom a lot of times. But he was born with that bent back. But this is pretty much his retirement home. So yeah, stay tuned for future videos, and hopefully I can get that set up on that wall soon and get some more breeding projects going. I'm pretty much just gonna stick with these fish room tour videos rather than individual. I've done a lot of individual, like my guppy breeding project, my pleco breeding project, the project on my 55-gallon. So I'm gonna keep them videos up there and check them out from, you know, when I started these projects up to the point I'm at now. But now I'm just gonna continue to just do fish room tours, and that way I can just talk about everything I got going on all at once, all in one video, once a week. So just stay tuned, and thanks for all the support. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, subscribe and hit that like button too if you like what I'm doing. And also be sure, if you wanna, if you're interested in buying any of my fish, I have a PayPal account, and you can email me at fishlover931@yahoo.com, and we can set something up. But yeah, until next time, it's fishlover931 here. We'll see you next time.